All right, what's going on, everybody? So today we're going to be discussing the new Death Note special one shot that came out. What was it? Wednesday? I'm about to say Wednesday today, so it was Monday, right? I'm already screwing up. We
Yeah.
like 2 minutes in, but yeah. So the new special that special one shot just came out. I did my review the other day. Y'all can go check that out if y'all want. But I kind of wanted to do a full discussion on this. So full spoilers because the review that I did, it was spoiler free. So if you haven't read it yet, then you can just watch the review and then come back to this after you have read it. But I want to go ahead and give my friend a chance to kind of talk about the manga first, and then I'll kind of chime in. So I'll just go ahead and let you kind of lead things off.
All right. I for one absolutely love this one shot because it not only it just it feels like a natural progression of Death Note in 2020. It's Oba knows what the hell he's doing. Say that because we have every right. We had every right to be cautious about this because we know what happens to like coming back to things after years of being away. Granted, like the Netflix, I think he was just being nice. I think he was just being nice to this day. I still think that because he thought it was okay. But look at look at Mr. Akira from Dragon Ball and look at the shit show that Dragon Ball Super is. Yes, my hate has not gone away for that at all.
I wasn't even going to mention that. I
Get
was gonna wait
mad.
until you mentioned it, but fair enough.
Get mad. Get mad. Shots fired. I don't care. But anyway, it's going up on my channel too, so it's fine. Just to just ignite
All
people
I'm gonna
because
say is this is what happens when you don't hand your series off to somebody else and tell them, hey, here's some plot points.
nuts.
Here's some plot points. Here's plot point A and plot point B, and just go ahead and fill in the blanks. Have at it. Like this is what happens when you're completely involved. You actually give a crap. But go ahead.
I'm sorry. I had to get my pot shot in, but that look at the whole super fiasco, and it's just like he doesn't care. Sagumi Oba and is like, okay, shot. Here's 87 pages. Here's a new guy, Minero Tanaka. It's back. The Death Note's back. I'm gonna give you guys one more world. I'm even gonna bring Matsuda's dumbass back for comedy. I'm gonna bring him back. Hippie Near back because he looks like a damn hippie,
Kind of
and
looks like a
it
zombie with
worked.
his hair long like that.
Looks like a fucking hippie to me for some reason. Like it's just it looks like a skinny, long-haired hippie. It's like how the hell are these like of L's so skinny? Like still, like all you do is sit and build shit all day.
Yeah, like what was all that crap around him anyway? Like I was like, what is all this stuff like he was sitting on and like I want to know what all that crap was around him.
No clue. Clue. Being said, when we heard about this, but this worked. But this coming back to it years later, honestly, it's a whole get this shit. If it's just an hour special, I'm game. I'm game for it. I want to see this animated after this. It just, and I'm gonna quote, I'm gonna fucking quote Mr. Todd Howard.
Oh God.
It just works. Works. Instead of him actually saying that and shit doesn't work, this one shot actually worked. It brought characters back. It introduced Minoru Tanaka. Tanaka, honestly, is probably the most biggest surprise because I like him as much as I did it's probably because of his fucking hairstyle. His hairstyle pisses me off for some reason. It's just like I don't like that hairstyle. I never have. It's just like you got it chipped off at the sides and you got a big puff ball on your top of your fucking head.
Like I wasn't a big fan of it either.
It's never sat right with me. So that his design kind of threw me off when I first looked at him. I'm like, we're gonna give the Death Note to thing. He tells Ryuk to like come back in 2 years when I have a plan. Not to have a bank account.
See, now here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about that, because someone pointed it out to me, because I asked the question. I was like, okay, so, because in my review, I was like, okay, I was thinking that, okay, well, maybe, and it it was probably just me kind of overthinking things and probably not really thinking about it. But if the reason that he like waited for 2 years was so he can you know open up the bank account and stuff, like why couldn't he just tell his mother to open up a bank account even at that age? Because I mean, when I was in I think I was in like high school, maybe like freshman year or whatever. I had gotten a bank account open. My mother opened me a bank account, so like he could have done the same thing. And I think his mother, I mean, granted, his mother probably isn't 60. She doesn't look like she's 60 years old, so the plan could have still worked, unless I'm missing something.
A point. You got a point. He didn't think that far ahead, but he did. He just didn't think of that. But you know what? I'm not even gonna touch this. You come back, I'll give you a shitload of apples. Come back 2 years. I'll give you that. I'll give you what you want by then. Just bring it back in 2 years. I need to think on this. I love the fact contrast between Tanaka and Light. Light outright used the Death Note twice. It's just out of sheer curiosity.
Yeah, because he was just testing it out.
Right. Now I get now we're in the age where it's like, okay, Tanaka sees Ryuk, he sees the Death Note, he's not even gonna question the shit because the Kira shit's already happened. So it's like, okay, I don't even need to like touch it or even write in it to know that this thing is legit. As here. So I know I'm not hallucinating. Drops it on his head. Ryuk's a dick. Ryuk's a dick when you really think about it. He just drops it on his head and just like, what's up? Ah! That's the one good thing to come out of Netflix. That's the one good thing is that's all I think about now when I think
light scream.
Yeah. Okay. He knows the Death Note is legit. He doesn't even have to test it. He devise a plan, come back later, then hoe it after confirming it as the Death Note. I like that. Basically, holds that shit up for ransom, has Ryu go to Sakura TV. I love the fact that we're still using Sakura TV for this bullshit because it's like they've been through all this little Kira shit even back in Light's heyday. It's like that's a brilliant callback. Go back to the TV station where it's infamous for all this Kira shit. I love that.
course, they love it because it bumps up the ratings.
Bumps up their ratings. Yeah. Just yeah. I'm gonna give this out to the highest bidder. Twitter to you to do it too. It just devises a plan, and then the next thing you know, he fucking solves and helps like Japan's economy at the end of all of it. Unfortunately, Death Note is. Yes, I'm glossing over like the near situation. Him calling himself L now. Can't stand it. I cannot stand it. I will never refer to L.
Why I kept referring to him as near L the whole time, and I know that might have pissed people off, but come on. I mean, I know that he was supposed to be groomed to become L, but he we all know who the true L is. I mean,
exactly, and it ain't him. I'm sorry, and I'm not sorry. It's just like this is just something that I can never fully accept. Later, it's just like, oh, with this L thing now. So he was all.
The other thing that kills me is like at one point, you know, he had the little finger puppet things. Like he's still doing that. I'm like, you're not 10, 12 years old no more. Like that
You
was
would think
like that was a cool kind of quirk or whatever when he was a kid. But I'm like, this is kind of weird.
Dude, step up the fucking figurines. Actual figurines, man. Get with the fucking times. But yeah, I'm glossing over the near thing. But that being said, how the thing is with Death Note, possess it, you're pretty much fucked. It doesn't matter if you write in it or not. Sell the damn thing, you're screwed. Yeah, basically, if you come in
the power of it though,
corrupted by it, he kept to his morals. It's just like, okay, I'm selling this daggone thing. God, it got out of me. And as soon as he gets his money, he just ends up dead. It's just like, I kind of want to call Ryuk a dick for this.
I mean, you can't really. I mean, because he was gonna go back and tell him, but then it's like what he said. Because he told him, "Hey, don't come back. Don't come back to me, no matter what. I don't care what it is. Don't come back to me." And you gotta
unfortunately
keep your word. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, he pretty much sealed his fate when he said that. I know.
If he didn't say that, then he'd be good.
Yeah. Pretty much like screwed himself over when the second he came in contact
you know what,
with it.
Though? If he let's say that he did come back, you know he would never be able to get money from the bank ever again. Or then again, no, because then all he would have to do is just open a bank account at a different bank, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that money would just be sitting there, but yeah, he would still be able to live. One thing I was wondering was whether or not he goes to heaven or hell, because I think that was if I'm remembering the rules correctly, that is one of the rules. Is like if you use the Death Note, you can't go to heaven or hell. So light, I guess you could say is in purgatory. But the thing is, he didn't use the Death Note. But then at the same time, Ryuk says that he used the Death Note without even using it. I mean, he didn't technically use it, but still. So is it like what happens now? Because Ryuk wrote his name in the notebook. So does he go to heaven? Does he go to hell? What's going on?
He probably goes to Mew.
Oh, it's called Mew? I thought it was just like purgatory.
Mew. I remember that.
Yeah. Because I'm probably I'll probably forget.
It's been years
after all this time. So
I know.
Yeah, but that was something that I was wondering the whole time, though. Like after I got finished reading it, but yeah, you brought up briefly the Donald Trump thing. Like as soon as they showed the president of the United States, I'm looking. I'm like, hold on, is this Trump? Oh my God, this is Trump. You guys, no, they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. No way. Donald Trump has to definitely.
Yo,
And I love what Ryuk tells him. He says something like he's like you love yourself more than you love your country or something like that.
yeah,
I'm like, man, that's exactly how it would be too. Cause like
that like that call out. That I think that was like Oba saying that, not Ryuk saying that. It's like, yeah, yeah, I know how much y'all screwed over, y'all pretty much screwed over there. So yeah, here you go. My goodness, like just seeing him in like manga form, it's like I had to do a double check. I'm like, yo, he did not fucking put him in here.
yeah, because you know how like sometimes shows and movies, especially like cartoons and stuff, and no, I'll even say other like live action stuff, like they might not put the actual president. They might just make up a president or a political figure. So at first, when I first just saw the character, I'm just like, okay, this is just a random person. But then when you look at him again, I'm like, hold on, this is Donald Trump. He really put him in here.
What did I say? I'm going to my tweet. What the hell did I say? Hold on. I had to do a fucking double take of that, man. Like it was like, what? He really did it. I'm like, okay, I kind of appreciate the fact that you actually didn't like, you know, bullshit, make up a name, like you said, make up a president, because they usually do stuff, do that in situations like that. Because I think the had a fake president.
What?
President.
What?
Had a fake president.
Oh, what about it?
Oh, I'm saying like it didn't do like the actual president who was.
Okay. I thought you were about to. Nah, never mind. Nah, because I'm looking on my phone right now. I'm looking at the manga pages again, and Ryuk is like, got it. You value your life over your country. Like that killed me right there when he said
I hear.
that. Like that is exactly. But here's the thing though, the way that it ended with dude dying unfortunately, because I know some people probably, and that's the thing. It feels like with the Death Note, with this series so far, it's been like either you're gonna hate the ending or you're gonna like the ending. Some people didn't like how Light died. Some people wanted Light to succeed, and this character actually succeeded, but unfortunately, because of the new rule, he ended up having to die. And so some people
Mm-hmm.
probably might have wanted it to end differently. I know I wanted to see him. I wanted to see him just. I mean, he was able to live. At least he was able to live for another month. Because keep in mind, he said that he couldn't get his money until the next month. So he lived peaceful for at least another month. I mean, at least
Yeah,
he got that.
I mean, he had to like get paid in order to die. So the second like he actually got the money, he had a heart attack and ended up dead. Wow. Unfortunately, again, it just harkens back to what I said earlier. It's like once you come in contact with the Death Note and you actually have plans for it, you're pretty much sealing your fate to be fucked. In a scenario where Light actually like completely wins, he probably would have gotten sick of it in old age. It would have gotten like over it at some point, and it was just like, Ryuk, just kill me, please. He probably. And also, I
I
love
don't
that little
see
like
that. No, I don't see that.
like I'm talking like in old age where he's like completely like Fucked everybody over at this point. It's just him. It's just him. Who
Well,
knows?
he never really acted like he needed anybody. I mean, the only time because because like keep in mind he used a homegirl. What's her name? Misa.
Lisa.
Like he used her. He used everybody around him and manipulated them. So it's not like he really needed other people or wanted to really be around other people. It was all
Yeah,
just
you got a
it
point.
was all just a means to an end. But it's just like what Ryuk says at the end. At the end of this manga, he's like, I guess it doesn't matter how you do it. Any human who uses the Death Note meets an unfortunate end. Just like you were saying. So, it's basically a cursed book. It's like it don't matter if you use it or not.
Once you touch it, and once you have plans for it, sealing your fate for it to be screwed.
And
Tanaka even
oh, not go ahead.
about Tanaka even calls out like the shit that he did back then. He would have been caught. He definitely would have been caught. He just went right for it. Found out if he pulled the same shit that he did back in 2006. There you go.
Something else I gotta point out that I love that he did for this. So I like the fact that because it played out very realistically. Like you know that countries will be out there like America, for example, what they did in the manga. Like, oh, we're not gonna use the Death Note. We're just gonna have it in our possession. World peace and all that crap. And then like uh, Minoru is just like, yo, stop with all this fake PS. Just put your bid up there. I don't want to hear nothing else. Just put your bid, cause he knows they're full of crap. And I
Uh
like
huh.
what who was it? The was it the dude from China or was it Japan? It was one of them dudes that was like we
One of the
could
two.
like he was like we could hold a UN conference between all the nations and then tell everybody, hey, don't buy the notebook. But it's useless to do that because the person who's the loudest person in the room, their country's gonna be the one, behind everybody's back is gonna be the one who's gonna buy that Death Note, and that's exactly how it would be. Cause it goes back to what I was saying in my review. The Death Note is it's like a nuclear weapon. Like you can kill as many people as you want with it. So like that's why I had an issue with what Near L says about it. About it not being a crime to sell it. I mean, yeah, it's a nuclear weapon that an individual has obtained. Like he doesn't have any license for it or any type of, like it's a powerful weapon that he's going to that he's potentially going to sell to another country. Like that's going like when you think about it, like that's going against your own country. That's I mean, would you go as far to say that that's like treason against Japan for him, giving it to America?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but because it is at the end of the day, it is a mass murder weapon. If one of them got it, it'd be like, oh, people are gonna get fucked up then.
But see, the other thing that I like about this is the fact that Donald Trump is like, you know what? I don't need it. I can live, but I'm just gonna tell everybody that I have it, but I'm not gonna use it, and they're gonna treat me like I'm a saint. And the thing is, like, it's cool what they could do with that because then you can be like, okay, after Donald Trump dies, cause let's just say, okay, he makes up his own death note. He has somebody I don't know make their own fake death note, and then he has it like locked up in a cabinet somewhere. Cause I was thinking about this. I think I was thinking about this earlier. I'm like, I can imagine that happening, and then like after he becomes well not becomes but after he like leaves the office and the next president would get this fake death note and they'll keep perpetrating this lie throughout the generations and throughout all the different presidents and stuff that come, and it could get to the point where other nations, they really do believe that they have the Death Note, and it's this fake lie that that just gonna like keep going on and on. And that kind of goes back to what Ryuk was saying about, like, listen, if you get this Death Note, then everybody, you know, basically your country, everybody in your country is gonna be safe because guess what? It's in the hands of your country, and the next president is going to get it potentially. So it kind of still worked out in Donald Trump's in America's favor, though. It still worked out, but I see what Ryuk was trying to tell him.
Yeah, and it yeah. Oh, this would be really a fucked up situation, especially these days, especially now. If this was really a fucking thing, fuck us all over. I could see that. I could see that. This is MAGA Trump. Current actual fucking Trump would fucking use this thing. Okay. I can't see him actually doing the smart thing and not risking his ass in using it. No, probably Ryu could probably be like, he probably wouldn't say like, this will pretty much screw you over if you use it. Probably let him use it. Trump would fuck us all over. I can see that.
I mean, like
I'm trying to.
like in this sort of situation, though, it's like, what can any other country do? Like, even if, like, let's say Donald Trump died and someone else got the Death Note, the next president gets the Death Note. I mean, there's gonna be no more wars because, I mean, all they have to do is use the Death Note. Like, I don't think any other country would even try to stand up against the United States at that point.
It's true. That's very true. Seriously, this whole one shot was amazing for what it was. It really, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was smart.
Or
It was well written. You could tell, like, he didn't have to go back and just, redo what he did over and over. Because when he brought back Matsuda, and I can't remember the other dude's name. What was it? I think it was Aizawa. But
yeah,
when he brought those two back, and then also Near L, I know a lot of us probably thought, okay, now it's gonna be just like last time. They're gonna be trying to capture this dude, and
like the old days.
like it's gonna be just like the old days of trying to capture him. But he didn't go the predictable route. He actually tried something different with this main character and with this whole situation. So I definitely applaud him for that. Because unlike Akira Toriyama, unlike the guy that is doing the Dragon Ball Super manga, and just unlike that situation, this is what happens when you actually not only actually care, but just think up a different situation. Like you don't have to redo what you did before. So yeah, I'm definitely happy with how this turned out. And like you told me, what's the name of that studio? Mad was it Madhouse?
House, yeah.
Yeah, Madhouse. Madhouse needs to adapt this. I would love to see it in come to life. I'm about to say live action. Oh Jesus, no. But I would I
No,
would
no,
love
no, no.
I would love to see it animated. Definitely.
Cursed image, live
Just
action, cursed
just don't
image.
let JC Staff get to it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like the first thing that popped in my head, like when you sent me that text about it being animated, I'm like, why do I have a feeling like Madhouse is like something crazy would happen? Like Madhouse is too busy. Gave it to JC Staff, and it ends up like One Punch Man season two.
Oh God, like that again. I know off topic, but that kind of ruined season two of other people. Like they couldn't get past the animation. It was good, sure, but fuck me, the animation was ass. And the only good thing about it was the soundtrack and Garo being an actual good I love this dude, but damn, the animation's ass. Why? Why'd you give it to the studio? Fucking Madhouse. Take this shit back for season 3. You know you're gonna have to. There's still shit missing.
They should never. I'm sorry, JC staff. Like after that, and then I told you a few. I think it was probably a month ago, whatever. I tried to watch that Magical Index. I tried to watch the first season. I'm like, yeah, they shouldn't be allowed. They just shouldn't be allowed to animate anything anymore.
Oh my god. But seriously though, Madhouse, please pick this shit up. If you're gonna do anything else right now, please. You already did Death Note. You already did Death Note. Do it for this one shot. I can see this being an hour-long special. Do it.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, it's long enough. I think it's long enough, and if they want to, they can even add on to it. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't even. I even wouldn't mind a short, maybe 5 episode type of series or something out of it. But just animate.
Here's the thing. Here's one thing I would have done different. Since Light has been up in Mew for so long, and everyone has this theory that he's become a Shimigami by now.
I've seen those videos.
It's from the Relight movies, that Shimigami that talks to Ryuk after the events of Death Note, and supposed to be Light. Had him go down there, the Light Shimigami, and I'm using quotation marks as I say this, notebook, and try to coax him into redoing what he did, except this is a new age now, and he doesn't know that this shit's not gonna fly. So out on it, he's like, that's not gonna work. I'm not doing that. And have the two contrasts of styles actually for it. I don't know. I actually would have probably would have liked that if they actually went that route and not brought Ryuk back. Go ahead.
Nah, well, sorry to interrupt you, but here's the thing, because I went back to the start of the manga on my phone here, and at the start, it's 2013, and then the Shimigami, it goes up to Ryuk, and he's like, I didn't succeed like you did, Ryuk. You want the notebook back? So, other Shimigami have tried to do it before. It's just that, Ryuk seems to be very good at, I don't want to say manipulating others, but he's a natural at, I guess, bringing this whole thing into fruition, whereas the other Shimigamis, they just can't do it.
No shit, stir. That's basically what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
because he basically is. It's like, okay, everybody else sucked at doing this. Give it to me. I'll start some more shit down there. But yeah, I can see. You're right. You're right on that. But still, it would have been nice to see that theory actually be, I don't know, like him. To this day, I'm like, the features of Light, if he was going to become a Shimigami, I would have actually liked to see that. That's just an idea. But I'm glad to get what we got. Ryuk is still a shit stir. I'm glad Tadaka was a brilliant contrast to Light. We got to see Matsuda again. I'm glad to see Sakura TV. I'm even glad to see that that Nier wasn't as annoying as he used to be. I understand why. He's an adult. It'd be kind of weird if he's still doing the same shit that he did back then, except the finger puppets. He's still doing that weird shit. But he's still doing that weird shit. But you get my point. He's okay. I can bear him a hell of a lot more now than I used to. It's the little callbacks that they did. I love that. I love that what the shot did. It didn't fuck up Death Note's legacy. Super Toriyama. Oh God, I'm getting a cold. Shit, that coronavirus is real. But yeah, like mess up Death Note's legacy at all. In fact, it just added on to it. If this were to get another expansion, time just like he did with this one, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind this comeback for another run. But more shit that Ryu can stir in the process because he's good at what he does.
Yeah, I mean he kind of left it open with what Ryuk says at the ending. Like I would like I would like to see more. At the same time, I also feel like, listen, you beat the odds. Don't uh, just pack it up while you got it. Like you got it good, because I don't think this isn't the only one shot, is it? I think there was another one before this though, if I remember correctly.
Is there?
Or maybe maybe I'm thinking about, because I thought there was another one shot. It was either a one shot manga or a one shot it was either a OVA or something he did. But he did something after the original series. I could have sworn he did, or maybe I'm misremembering. But
Maybe it's just the new scenes that Relight had in those like recap
that might
movies.
be what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
In those recap movies that basically just like recovered the entire series and just like condensed it into like scenes and shit. Instead of meeting at L's hotel, and L meet at an abandoned movie theater. It's like shit like that.
Oh yeah.
And Light desecrating L's grave, and somehow people aren't fucking seeing him go fucking mad. Are you kidding me? To this day, I'm like, what if their asses came back to check on him, and he's like, I win now, and I'm just.
That's the difference between. That is the difference. That's one of the differences between this main character and Light. He wouldn't have done that type of crap.
Like I would have just, oh my god! That's why, I keep saying, I love the contrast between these two. It's ridiculous. It's like one gets a win, and he just bursts out and just like evil laughter. It's like, okay, cool, I won. Go about your business. We're done here. Don't come back.
It's just. I mean, for years I've always thought that like maybe this couldn't have worked with somebody else, but this does kind of make me curious as to how someone else would deal with the Death Note. I mean, we've seen in this person's in this person's case, he's just like, I'm not gonna use the crap. I like he was a more righteous person, especially in comparison to Light. He did something good for, like you said, he did something good for Japan's economy. But I would love to see what someone else would do with it, even though now it's pretty much established now that that person is gonna die at the end. Either way, they're going to die at the hands of Ryuk. They're gonna meet a very unfortunate fate.
I love the fact that he even wrote where he wrote Light's name. He wrote it. He wrote Tanaga's name on the same page. I'm like, oh, you bitch! No, he doesn't use a fresh page. He uses that shit.
What if those are the only two names that he's ever written in that book, though? I mean, I don't think that's the case, but I don't know. That just
Yeah, his personal. Yeah, who knows?
Okay, I think we've covered just about everything. We talked about everything. If there's anything else you wanted to add, or we can just go ahead and end this off.
But if you somehow manage to listen, do more. Do more. I'm open to more. This kind of stuff, this kind of stuff that you can bring to the table, I'm all for. Okay? You can come up with this. Please do more. You left it open-ended, but if you want to stop, I completely understand. I loved it. Loved it. Fear, I know you loved it. I think, yeah, that's it. I think we're done.
Yes, so let us know what you guys think in the comment section below about this one shot manga. I'm gonna make sure I send you this video as soon as we're done recording this. This will be up on his channel. I'll leave a link in the description to his channel. And yes, I will remember to do it this time. I will remember
Right.
to do it this time. I'll leave a link in
Uh-huh.
the description. Y'all go to his channel, like the video over there. You know, subscribe to his channel and everything. Thank you guys for watching. I know this was pretty long, about 40 minutes, but you know, thank you guys for watching anyway. We out of here. Peace.